Hi, and welcome to another segment of today's Community Spotlight. I'm here at Franco Gawa Plaza in downtown Oakland at Oakland's first ever Oakland Book Festival. This is the first of many literary events for Oakland where we're hosting authors, bookstores, children's book libraries, friends of the library, all kinds of literary events, and speakers will be here. So come on out to Franco Gawa Plaza in downtown Oakland and meet us at Oakland's Book Festival. Okay, I'm here with Nina from the Oakland Public Library, who's also a friend of the Oakland Public Library. How you doing, Nina?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me about Oakland's first book festival. It's an exciting thing. Oakland, a book festival, first of many, literature. Tell me the role the Oakland Public Library is playing in this.
Well, Oakland Public Library was a sponsor of the event, so the festival organizers reached out to us for help putting together some of the panels, putting together some of the children's entertainment, and then opening up a booth here. So we have a little mobile library. We've got our bike library here. We've got books that people can borrow and return to any library. We're making library cards. And just trying to bring the spirit of reading for fun. We're kicking off our summer reading program now, and we want family members all ages to read and celebrate it at the library.
So who can get into the summer reading book club? Is it a certain age or certain residence? Do you have to be a resident of Oakland to do it?
You just have to be here, and you can be any age. You can adults can read to their babies. Kids can read to each other. They can come to our libraries and read to dogs in the Lakeview branch. We'll celebrate it all. Yeah.
So you have suggested reading lists for people of all ages, not just children.
We do. We have our adult favorites here, our teen summer reading list. We've got our kids' favorites, and we've got a lot of that stuff online now too. Okay,
and so what are some of the things that young people can do at the library that's fun? They may think that they're just going to check out books or read it. I heard you say a bicycle library. Can you check out bikes?
This is our bicycle library right here. It's a trailer on a bike, and we take it around Oakland. But we also do have some bicycle programs happening in the library. Some of our libraries, at the 81st Avenue Library, the West Oakland Library, will have bicycle kickoff events for the summer. We have some scraper bike demos, so kids can come and decorate.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. OaklandSummerReading.com has all of our events on it, as well as our regular website, oaklandlibrary.org.
There you have it. So this is Nina from the Oakland Public Libraries, oaklandpubliclibrary.com, and you can find all of those summer events for the kids, find out about all of the calendar events for all the fun things for kids and adults at the Oakland Library. Thank you, Nina.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Sure. Hi, we're here at Oakland Book Festival. The first time Oakland's had a book festival, and I'm here with a few friends. I'll tell you about what they're doing here at Oakland's first book festival. Hello.
Hello. We're from Satu Press. We're based down in Dublin, California, and this is our very first book festival in our history here that we've been able to attend. Satu Press was established in order to help Southeast Asian writers reach their audiences and to share their stories with the next generation. The Southeast Asian community here is celebrating 40 years since we began our journey to America, and so we have several of our great authors here, like Noah Sanavansai, who is the founder of Satu Press.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. So that's very interesting, very intriguing. You're bringing some diversity, letting people know about Southeast Asian authors, and this is your first book festival ever? This is Oakland's first book festival, so that's a good day for first. Good. Okay, so tell me your name. You're an author from Laos?
Yes, my name is Noah Sanavansai, and this is my very first children's book. It's based on a 500-year-old fable from Laos. So I tried to rewrite it for the American audience so that it's more universal and it's easier to understand. A lot of the themes in this story are like standing up to bullying, figuring out how to get out of a hard situation. Sticky Mess is kind of like a sticky situation that he's in, that he's trying to figure his way out, just teaching them about being clever and just standing up for yourself.
So you took a traditional character and a traditional culture and made the story more universal by making it English, but you kept a lot of the traditional words in it, the Lao language in there. And then you took some topics that anyone could use, standing up for bullying, critical thinking, problem solving, and used a character that would be easy for children to relate to.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's been it's one of my treasures, one of the stories that I've grew up listening to that I really love. I wanted to share to everybody as well.
So there you have it. This is Nas. This is his first story. It's called A Sticky Mess. And we have his friend, another author with us. Tell us your name, please.
Hi, my name is Kisada Panusit Punsiri. I go by Binley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kisada is the part I caught, but you go by Ben Lee.
I go by Binley.
Ben Lee. And is that the name you write under?
I go under many names, so I jump around a lot. But Krisada or Binley.
Okay. Kisada. So Ben Lee. So what would you prefer me to use?
You can say Binley.
Ben Lee. Tell us about your first book and what name you wrote it under and what was the motivation behind it?
So I wrote this as Krisada Panusit Punsiri, just so I could have that homage to my true name. But the title is called Dance Among Elephants. It's a book of poetry. It's a collection of all my original work, dating from 2007 up into 2014.
Okay.
Poetry on dance, love, the refugee experience, my family, just everything in poetic form.
And again, you've got a universal story. You talk about migrant workers, you said migration?
Yeah, so, what Brian was mentioning about 40 years of diaspora, we have a refugee experience coming from the Second Southeast Asian War, aka the Vietnam War, but it deeply affected, Lao and Lao Americans. So a lot of my poems addresses those things, addresses the journey, addresses the challenges that we faced here that I know that a lot of folks can relate to, especially growing up in America as like a young Southeast Asian male, into hip hop, into gang violence, into just things that were traumatic, but things that were beautiful at the same time. So a lot of my poems are just thoughts on it, and how did I address those things? How did I live into those things? But in the form of poetry, like I said, because I love poetry.
That's nice. So you took some traumatic experience, war, refugee, migration, and being in a different culture and assimilating in some of the good and bad ways into a new culture and made a beautiful thing out of it.
Yeah, because it's not just my story, it's my family stories, it's my community stories, and I try to write it in a method where folks can relate to it, that it's not just a Lao American experience, it's just an experience, something that's timeless that a lot of people kind of go through, but I have to make it personal,
Right. And that's a good thing. You make your story personal and real, and people can relate to it because everyone can relate on some level to some kind of adversity or trauma or overcoming something. So that's very good. Just want to say congratulations to both of you on your books, and thank you for taking the time to speak with me. You're on a show called Today's Community Spotlight, and we're here at Oakland's first book festival.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, we're here at Oakland's first ever book festival, the Oakland Book Festival. I'm at Adobe Books with Jeff. Tell you a little bit about Adobe Books from San Francisco. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Adobe Books has been around for 27 years in the Mission in San Francisco. 2 years ago we were evicted off of 16th Street, but we found a new home and now we're a cooperative on 24th Street in Folsom. And we are a used book, new book bookstore. We have an art gallery. We have plenty of community related events, and come on by.
Nice. That's Adobe Books in San Francisco, and this is Jeff. Now, you said you guys were evicted 2 years ago. Was that something like the escalating rents that's been happening a lot in San Francisco?
Very much so. It was a corporate clothing company, and the landlord got together and got us out of there, and but we found a new home, so yeah.
So there you have it, Adobe Books. been in San Francisco for 20 years, but because of those exorbitant rent hikes is going on over there, they've had to move over, got a location on 24th and Folsom in San Francisco. So stop by, support local bookstores, support grassroots businesses. That's Adobe Books in San Francisco. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with Mark Peterson of the Writers Circle. We're at the Oakland Book Festival. How you doing, Mark?
Very good.
Am I saying your name right? Mark or Mike?
Mark.
Mark. How you doing, Mark? Good.
Great.
So tell us a little bit about the Writers Studio. What is it?
Sure. The Writers Studio is a workshop here in the Bay Area in San Francisco. We're a series of workshops and craft classes that teach people how to write.
So you're geared towards writers and aspiring writers, helping them refine their skills.
Absolutely. We're focused on adults primarily and developing their ability to write fiction or poetry and develop craft and technique to do that.
Nice. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it here in the Bay Area for about 8 years. I was fortunate enough to be in New York studying from the founder of the school, who is Philip Schultz. He's been running the school for close to 30 years now.
Okay, that's a good thing. And so just give us an example of some of the workshops that the Writer Studio offers specifically. What do they do?
So we teach, we work on focusing on creating narrative technique in the school, which means we focus on how a writer creates a narrator, what the narrator does, and it's as simple as, is it a first-person narrator, is it a third-person narrator, are they talking about the past, is it in the present, and then what is their tone and their mood and their approach to developing that writer. We feel that if you really get that narrator down, most of the other characteristics of writing come into place.
Nice.
So.
Okay, so basically you want to know whose perspective is coming from and what time period is, and whether it's reflective or if it's current, and then you can take it, develop it from there.
Yeah, how they sound, how is this narrator speaking? Is it someone that they're really close, speaking to their best friend on a bar stool, or are they talking to a formal audience, or how do they sound is one of the main things we look at.
Now, is this a nonprofit service open to the public, or are you guys for-profit, sliding fees? How does that?
It is a for-profit, but fully open to the public. It is a fixed price for a 10-week session, and that varies. There's online classes, there's school classes here in the Bay Area, there's classes in New York, in Tucson, and also in Amsterdam.
So locally here in the Bay Area, how do they get in touch with you to find out more about your classes? Is there a website, email, a social network handle?
Yeah, there's the main place is a website. We're thewriterstudio.com. It's a single S in Writer Studio, and you can register for our classes and sign up there.
Okay, and are you guys on any social networking sites?
We're also on Facebook. There is Writer Studio San Francisco, easily findable as well.
Okay, thank you very much. So there you have it. The Writer Studio of San Francisco to help you refine your writing skills. Look them up, and thank you again for your time. Here with Rebecca at the Octopus Table. We're here at the Oakland Book Festival. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Can you tell our viewers out there what exactly is Octopus and what does that have to do with Oakland and books?
Sure. The Octopus Literary Salon is a cafe, bookstore, performance space.
Nice.
And it's really community oriented. We have an open calendar of bookings. People can check out our website at oaklandoctopus.org. and see what's scheduled on our calendar. We have book club meetings, and We have authors who are releasing books. We also have musical performances, storytelling, all kinds of stuff. It's what people sign up to do.
That's nice. So that sounds like a community event where authors, published and probably self-published, can come out and just share their works with your literary audience.
Absolutely. We really encourage local authors to share their works.
That is good to know. And how far ahead do they have to book with you to get on the calendar?
I just got a book now, which we will carry. So
Nice.
no lead time necessary.
Nice. I'm going to be spreading the word with authors as I circle the event. Nice meeting you, Art. And I will. And thank you for giving us a minute on today's Community Spotlight to talk with you at the Oakland Book Festival. So we're here in Frank Ogawa Plaza at the first Oakland Book Festival, and I am in the Heyday booth with Lillian. She'll tell you a little bit about Heyday. Thanks, Lillian, for letting me interview you.
No problem. So Heyday is a nonprofit independent publisher. We've been around since 1974, so 40 years. We publish books about California, a lot of California history, a lot of Native American stuff, memoirs, art, and we try to highlight all of the different voices that exist in California.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there you have it, your nonprofit publisher. So how does that work?
So we get grants to offset the costs of printing and getting the book out there, because what we're really trying to do is get as many people to read these books as possible. And you know, when you're not a James Patterson or a Stephen King, it's really hard to get them out there. So we use grants and individual donations to help offset those costs.
Right. I hear like only 3% of the authors who come out now have publishing deals. Most are self-published or something like that. But that's good. It sounds like your niche is children's, California, and local authors, just a local voice you're trying to help get heard.
Yep, we want all the people of California to be heard, and we do also all the plants and animals that are here too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So not just the people, the fauna too, the plants and animals. So where is Heyday? Where are you guys located?
Oh, we're in Berkeley. We've been in Berkeley this whole time. Our founder, Malcolm Margolin, came into Berkeley as a hippie and never left.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's one good thing about, we embrace our hippiness and our political correctness and our social change justice-ness here. So good. That's good to hear. So one last thing, tell folks if they want more information about Heyday, how do they get in contact with you and where you're located?
Sure, yeah. We're online, heydaybooks.com. So check us out. We've got great deals. You can sign up for newsletters and get special discounts because we're trying to compete with Amazon. But you can also find our books on Amazon and stop by. We're in Berkeley, 1633 University Avenue.
So there you have it. Thank you, Lillian. Just Lillian from Heyday, Berkeley. We're here at the Frank Ogawa Plaza at Oakland's first book festival. Hello, and I'm here with my neighbor at the Oakland Book Festival, Juan Mance, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what she's doing here at Oakland's first book festival. Really excited that Oakland's having a book festival. This is the first one, and how do you feel about being a part of it?
Well, I'm excited to be a part of this amazing event. I think Oakland is such a literary place, and so it seems like it's been a long time in coming, but it's like it feels like it's the 10th anniversary. There's so many people out here. There's so much enthusiasm. It's a great day.
It's a nice crowd.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, the weather's pretty nice. So tell us about what you're doing here at the Oakland Book Festival.
I am a visual artist, and I also make zines. I do a project online called 1001 Black Men, and it's an online sketchbook is what I call it. I've basically been drawing since June 2015, June 2010, trying to capture the black men I see around Oakland and Berkeley and San Francisco. Nice. And so I put some of those drawings together in zines, kind of handmade magazines, and I'm here to share some of that work. And that's my form of making my own independent books. Yeah.
Nice. So you're combining your art into a book and sharing it based on, through your eyes, images of black men in Oakland and Berkeley.
That's right. I'm trying to kind of enter the discussion about representation of black men. Particularly at this time, I think it's very relevant because African American visibility really depends on how black men and women are seen. And I thought I would kind of try to jump into this discussion and use art as my medium.
Nice. So just put the focus on humanize us. See
Exactly.
Black men as people, the many faces, the many facets of black men through her art form, and her eyes, and she's here to share it with the world here at Oakland's first book festival. Thanks, Juan. That's a pretty interesting take, and I Wish you luck out here with it. So, one more thing though, before I move on, tell our viewers, this will be on today's Community Spotlight, tell our viewers how do they get in contact with you? Where can they see your work, and where will you be showing it at?
My work will be up during the month of June at Soul Space Gallery on Telegraph Avenue, right across from the Fox Theater. And you can also look for me at 8rock.com or Google 1001 Black Men, and you'll find my website and links to all of my zines.
And are you on any social sites? Everybody has a social network or two.
Yes, I'm on Twitter. I'm 8rock on Twitter, or you can always look me up by my name on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So just look for Awan Mance and or 1001 Black Men, and you can find me.
All right, thank you. So that's Awan. Thank you for sharing your story, your artistic outlook here at the Oakland Book Festival. Hi, we're here at the Oakland Book Festival in Frank Ogawa Plaza, and I'm here with author Nia King. Thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. Now, will you tell our audience a little bit about your book? What inspired you to write? How did you come to be at the Oakland Book Festival today?
Sure. I run a podcast called We Want the Airwaves, where I interview queer and trans artists of color about their lives and their work.
Nice.
And so this book is a collection of 14 podcast interviews and then 2 that are exclusive to this book.
Okay.
One with Janet Mock, who has a show on MSNBC called So Popular, and the other with Leah Lakshmi Pyatnasamarasinha, who used to be local, but is a very influential writer and poet of color.
Okay. And how did you hear about the Oakland Book Festival? Are you local? Are you from here?
I am local. I'm not from here, but I live here. And my friend Pendarvis Harshaw is friends with one of the organizers, and he invited me to participate.
Okay. And how did you come to be in the Bay Area?
I moved here to go to Mills College, and I stayed after I graduated.
Okay. And you came from?
Boston.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Been there before. Cool. So tell us a little bit about your podcast. You say you interview artists, transgender and say it again, please.
Queer and trans artists of color.
Trans artists of color. Okay.
Yeah, so I have a really broad definition of art. There are burlesque performers in here, stand-up comedians, drag queens, all different types of artists from all different parts of the LGBT spectrum, and also different races and ethnicities, but all people of color.
Trans artists of color. So there you are. So there you have some diversity for you. So you got people of transgender sexuality representation, people of color, and people of all different artistic backgrounds. And she's wrapped it all up in her book here. So thank you very much. So one more thing though before I go, can you please tell our viewers where they can find your work, where they can see your book, or contact information, or social networking handles?
Yeah, so the best thing is to go to my website, artactivistnia.com. My book is available at several independent stores in Oakland and across the U.S. and one in Canada. And then I'm Art Activist Nia on Twitter as well.
There you have it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We're here at the Oakland Book Festival just making our rounds, and we have one of our lovely volunteers, Kamaria, who volunteered her time to be part of Oakland's first ever book festival. Thank you, Kamaria.
Thank you.
Can you tell me, how did you become a volunteer for the book festival? Were you already a city volunteer? How does a person become a volunteer for next year's book festival?
If you would like to become a volunteer, you can contact the Oakland Book Festival through Facebook or through their website. And they have a special link for volunteers. And it's really great because you get to meet the different artists, different distributors, different publishers, and to support local Oakland artists.
So come and support the local arts. Come and meet someone in a literary field. Maybe you want to meet a publicist. Maybe you want to talk to someone at a bookstore. Maybe you just want to hear some of the seminars that have advice for authors. So come on out. This is a free event. So what are you doing here for the for the festival today, Camaria?
I'm a floater today, so I'm just basically walking around answering people's questions, if any of the other volunteers need relief, and just helping anyone that needs assistance.
Okay, so there you have it. She's out here for a day of fun, just giving us her time, sharing with the community whatever she can do to help out at Oakland's first book festival. Thank you. Look